Gambia says UK grannies are on the hunt for young men and they are not welcome. Poof. Let's get into this. The West African country has a reputation as a sex haven for British elderly women. But when I first saw this, I haven't been through the article yet. All right, so you're gonna catch my reaction fresh. But when I first saw the headline, I was like, "What in the hell is going on? What is going on?" Now I understand, yeah. The man them from Gambia, mashallah, Allahumma barak. First of all, yeah, I'm gonna say this: Gambia is a Muslim majority country. It's something like 96 or 97% Muslim. So obviously, this is disappointing coming from a Muslim majority country like that. However, I understand. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know the socio-economic situation in Gambia. Maybe some of these young men feel, like, well, we're going to get into the article soon, that they can boost their earnings through this or whatever. Yani haram is haram, and I'm not justifying it. But one thing's for sure, our Gambian brothers are clearly slinging. Allahumma barak. So if you're from Gambia, give me a like right now and salute to you. Bismillah. All right, let's go. Abduli, a lifeguard, poses on a beach in the popular tourist area of Senegambia in Banjul. Right. Gambia seeks to attract quality visitors as the West African nation attempts to shed its image as a sex tourism destination. I did not know this. I did not know that Gambia is a sex tourism destination. This is news to me. A top tourism official of the country, of around 2.5 million people, said that the government would welcome tourists interested in the positive side of the country and not those who came just for sex. And listen, clearly, Yani, they're doing something right. I mean, like, if they've got all of these 5-star Google reviews, yeah, enough 5-star Google reviews, and they got repeat customers coming back, repeat granny customers returning to the country over and over, they're doing something right. What we want is quality tourists. Tourists that come to enjoy the country and the culture, not just the anacondas. I mean, it doesn't say that, but I added that myself anyway. Not just tourists that come for sex. Gambia Tourism Board Director Abubakar Kamara told the Telegraph. He said the former British colony wanted to move beyond older people from the UK's working class backgrounds and target higher end tourists and millennials. According to him, the government was considering empowering police to round up bumsters, got no clue what that is, and old women in suspected relationships in its bid to crack down on sex tourism. The country known as a sex haven for British grannies. Bruv, what is this? And is this satire? Are they taking the pee when they say grannies? Like, they're not saying British elderly women or mature women. They're just saying straight British grannies. The country, known as a sex haven for British grannies, witnessed a boom in tourism in the 90s after the travel company Thomas Cook introduced low-cost flights from the UK. Now we've got budget anaconda, bruv. You know what I mean? Like, mashallah, anaconda on a budget. However, tourism suffered after the company wound up in 2019, although foreigners seeking sex continued to visit the country. In the absence of meaningful jobs, and here's where it gets serious now, and reasonable wages, Gambian men hook up with old women. I'd love to know what they define as old. What's the age range? And make around £200 in a few days, an amount which would otherwise take a month to earn. I knew it was connected to money. Allah understand. Older women with toy boys are commonly seen, and English music is heard in and around the Gambian capital city of Banjul. But Gambia is not all about prostitution. Annette Griffin from Manchester, who set up a family-friendly pub, said the dubious reputation of Gambia discouraged families from visiting the nation. Activists feel financial help could help the country address its poverty and the exploitation of Gambian boys. Lamin Fati of the Child Protection Alliance said So are these grannies hooking up with like minors now? Is that what we're doing out here? Is that what's going on? Like under 18 or 16-year-olds. Said that there should be greater coordination between Gambia and the UK to put solutions in place. All right. Let's go through this for a second, yeah? First of all, obviously, this is very disappointing or upsetting to hear that these shenanigans are going on in a Muslim nation or in a Muslim majority nation. Of course, okay? Because this fawahish, this adultery or fornication that is happening is only going to open the door to greater evil. All right. But the real question that is on my mind is, why are these grannies resorting to this? And this reminds me of an article that actually I was sent not too long ago, just this morning. And I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but the divorce between 50 to 70-year-olds, okay, are the highest they have ever been, having more than doubled since 1990. I got a question for you, brother, yeah? If you're a 50 to 70-year-old woman, because now the article is using the term granny, so we can assume they are at least 50 years old. You're probably perimenopausal, if not postmenopausal, period. You've gone through menopause, okay? Which means your sex drive has already come down significantly. What the hell are you doing out here in a country like this? Trying to, I don't even know. And it reminds me of the hadith, and I can't remember the exact details of the hadith, whereby the zina of the old man is worse in the sight of Allah than the zina of the young man. Zina meaning sex outside of marriage, okay, be it adultery or fornication. Why is the zina of an old man worse than the zina of a young man? Why? Why do you think that is? Well, it's obvious, because a young man has a greater sexual urge. He has a greater sexual desire. So, again, bringing it back to these old grannies, why? What's going on? Why are you so dissatisfied that not only did you feel the need to leave your husband at your big age, 50 to 70 years old, but then on top of that, you want to fly out to another country, somewhere in Africa, so that you can get your anaconda medicine? What's going on? And I'll conclude this segment with this. You'll notice how mildly written this article has been. This doesn't look like a mainstream news source, but nevertheless, it was very mildly written. I want you to imagine, that British men between the ages of 50 to 70 years old were flying out to fill in the blank, whatever country, in order to enjoy sexual adventures with young women from that country. Can you imagine the outrage? Can you imagine the outrage? Just some food for thought.